Hey, what's going on, boys and girls? My name is Hunting Noobs. I'm coming back at you guys with part 3 of my series that I officially started on my old channel, which has obviously transitioned into this channel here. So to all my new subscribers, what the fuck is up, players? And just give you guys an idea of what I have going on, man, so you guys don't feel lost. The links will be in the description too as well. I have a series going on which is called Through My Eyes. Basically what it is I tell stories from my youth up to my present date, and I kind of try to utilize Call of Duty as well, with the beginning of the franchise into what we have now, which is Copy and Pasters 3, aka Modern Warfare 3. But we're not here to talk about that fucking shit of a game. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you want to see what happened in part 1 and 2, the links will be in the description. So you guys, if you don't have if you got 30 minutes to burn, watch my series, guys. I mean, some people find it interesting. Some people really can't wait till I post this stuff out, and maybe some people don't like it. I really don't know what category you ought to fall under, but so hopefully you enjoy it. So anyways, guys, in part 1, I left you guys in some of a juicy ending, I guess, a little dramatic ending, where I said I got put into a special school. Well, let's get this clear. It wasn't special school based off of academics, which I'm sure had something to do with it. When I did schoolwork and stuff like that, when I actually felt like doing it, I always did well. But this was based off of behavioral issues. And it was something different, guys. And this this story here is nothing really crazy or anything like that, because I was only in the school for maybe like 6 or 7 months or something like that. It wasn't throughout the whole entire school year, or maybe it was. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know how long school years are, but I wasn't there long. I didn't make it through the whole year. So, and I don't mean to skip to the end, but anyways, what happened was, guys, I wasn't used to this, man. I was in classroom now. Well, I was used to being in the classroom and only being the only knucklehead in the room. Be the only troublemaker trying to make people laugh, this, that, and the other, whatever I can do to kind of fit in, I guess. Definitely some self-esteem issues there, no doubt about it. Now that I get to look back at, why I did things, or what was I thinking at the time. But now I was in a classroom of it's just everybody was a knucklehead. We were all in the same boat. We're all pretty much children and had siblings of a single parent. Which, so it was something different, it wasn't something I was used to. We got into a few fights here and there, some people bumped their gums at you, you had to bust their teeth out of their mouth. And I really didn't like doing that, man. I really wasn't that, I was the bigger guy, and I felt like everybody wanted to fight the big guy, Who doesn't want to knock the big guy out, That's how it always was my entire life. But my thing was, I was a gentle giant, man. I was always just laughing, joking, ha ha, he-heing. And yes, that's hillbilly term for laughing. But if you got me to that place that I call it that blank out mode, I would actually fucking boot fuck you, is what we called it too, where I would put my fucking foot down your throat, up your ass, wherever the case it was. I was a good fighter, which led me eventually getting to boxing and stuff like that, or trying to train for boxing, but I don't want to jump the story now. But this school here, like I said, it wasn't nothing crazy, man. The teachers were trained to deal with children of our stature, where we were just fucking a bunch of knuckleheads. So these teachers here, if you talk crazy to them, they talk crazy back to you. If you cuss at them, they'll fucking cuss your ass back out. And if you got in their face or tried them, they will fucking choke slam the shit out you, man. I've seen many kids get fucking dealt with up in that bitch, dude. Just get done dirty. I remember this one kid jumped up, and his name was Scott. And he jumped up in his teacher's face. Mr. Howard, he was a history teacher. He had this long-ass fucking Howard Stern-like hair. So you thought he was a punk. He looked like a bitch. But, man, this motherfucker was trained to go. This kid jumped up. Fuck you, man. What you say? He fucking put him in so many. He was apparently a wrestler through school. He put that kid in so many moves. He looked like a fucking pretzel after he was done with him. So it was pretty funny. But the most memorable teacher that I had, memorable moments that I had at the school, there was 2 of them. First was my teacher I had, man. It's an older black dude, man. The coolest fucking guy. Coolest teacher ever. His name was Mr. Humphrey. I'll never forget this dude. But he was wild, man. He was trained to go as well. We would sit in class, and he would be like, "Hey guys, let's go take a restroom break, aka cigarette break." And I kid you not, we would get down there, and he and everybody that was a smoker would fire up a cigarette, and you just smoke a cigarette down in the bathroom. You'd be down there for 15 minutes. But I remember this one time, man. This kid fucking spit. And you get down a couple flights of stairs. You get that one middle section off the side of the stairs where you can see all the way to the bottom. Well, Mr. Humphrey was standing there, and this kid spit, and it landed right next to his foot. So he saw the kid poke his head over there, and he apparently knew who the kid was. He said, "Get your ass down here." He grabbed a kid by his shirt. I shit you not. Picked him up in the air. Said, "If that spit would have hit me, I would have beat the shit out of you. You understand me, kid?" And, he put him back down and went on about his way. And I know a lot of people are saying now, "I wish a teacher would do me like this." Well, that might be the case for some teachers. But this Mr. Humphrey guy, you didn't want to fuck with him. He's like 6'4", 220. Yeah, that's the last person you really wanted to fuck with, I promise you. So, anyways, guys, we're sitting here one day, and this is the second part of my story. I just want to give you guys a rundown of my teacher. But we had this kid named David, man. He would always bring in drugs. And I remember this one time, man, he brought this pill in, and we all took this pill. And come to find out, it was a fucking horse tranquilizer. And everybody in the classroom, guys, I mean everybody, all 20 kids except for myself, was passed out. Now, the reason why I didn't pass out, maybe because I was built like a fucking horse at the time. I don't know. It fucked me up. Like, I really felt like I was tripping, man. Like, it was wild. So the principal came in, pulled everybody out the classroom, and while I was sitting in the classroom, about a week earlier, my mother was sick and tired of me skipping school and this, that, and the other, and they have this program at the school where if your mother signs up for it, if you're under the age of 18, your mother can sign this form and where you can go study for your GED. You don't have to go to school anymore. You go to study for your GED on your own time. So that's what my mother was like, I'm just sick. I'm missing too much work because of your dumbass, you know, and I feel so bad about it now because it was such a selfish, stupid way. But then again, like I said, I really had no, I didn't have any structure at that age I was at either as well, because it was only my mother. My father was in prison or whatever the fuck he was at the time. So as I'm sitting there waiting for these, the principal's doing pretty much like he's interviewing everybody, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Why is everybody all passed out? So I got pulled into the room to go take a test. So I took this test to be put into to get into this GED thing, where there's a bunch of adults in there. So I took it, I passed it, and I come back to the classroom, and really nothing came out of it. Everybody's back in the classroom. The principal was gone. I was gone for so long taking this test that it seemed like it was nobody told on anybody, so it was pretty much dead. I know it's pretty much a lame story, but it was pretty wild how we all got pulled out the classroom. So, anyways, I get put into this new program, guys, and I start over. And it was the worst thing that ever happened to me because I get to go to school at my own time. If I don't want to go to school for a week, I don't have to go. I get my GED based off of how bad I want it, in a sense. And at the time, I really didn't give a shit. You know, I was like, I don't want to go to school. I want to hang out with the guys that I've been skipping school with for the past couple weeks. So that as well wasn't a great idea either. Even though I still talk to these guys still today, and they all turned out to be pretty good guys. But man, we were fucking knuckleheads as a child, man. This is where in the transition. This is a part of my life I call New Jersey Drive. And if anybody hasn't watched that video or watched that movie before, basically what it is a movie about stealing cars. And all my buddies knew how to steal a car. I didn't know how to steal one. And it basically had to be a tilt steering old car, like an Oldsmobile, Pontiac, Cutlass, anything of that nature, anything that had tilt steering back in the day. I don't think you could do it now. They have these anti-theft devices and everything like that. And I'm not going to tell you how to do it because that'd be stupid on my part. But so my mom's boyfriend had an old Cutlass. So my buddy's like, hey, I can show you how to do it on his car. So I was like, cool. So he showed me how to do it on his car. Dude, I ripped his whole steering column off with a flathead screwdriver. And they showed me what parts to pop off and what to pull and all that shit. And that's exactly what I did. And it was a shit car, so it didn't start. So we're sitting there one day, and with this apartment complex I lived in, there's this black guy that lived up above us, man. And he was a fucking dickhead, man. He was just one of those, not just an older guy, just an absolute dick, man. And he would just look at you crazy and shit all the time. He's a big guy too, man. So you didn't really want to say nothing to him because you're afraid what he'd do. So anyways, I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to steal this guy's car. And he would always sit at his window at the top of his apartment. His car was set right below his window. So I snuck over to him one day while he was in his fucking window, hopped in his car, popped the steering column off, boom, 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 started his fucking shit, and took off with his car, dude. So I'm flying around doing 360s and shit like that out in the parking lot, and as he's coming down, I lose control of the car, and I run it into a building, man. Knocked a pillar down, like a whole roof fell in, man. It was a bad look, guys. It's the first time I ever driven a car, so I mean, I wasn't really that equipped with it, or knew how to do it or anything like that. So I come back like 30 minutes later, and I'm hiding way back in the back, and I see that the cops are there and shit like that. So a couple days go by, I'm sitting out on my buddy's porch, and all of a sudden I see the guy's car driving past me. It's coming up to right where we're staying at, and it slowly circles the block. And I said, okay, well, whatever. And then comes back around the corner. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude doing, man? And he circles the block, sees me again. He comes back around the corner again. Well, the third time he comes up the corner, I walk out to the front of the stairs and put my arms down in the air like, yo, what the fuck is up, man? The window rolls down. He stares at me. He says, I'll be right back. I was like, all right, well, come on right back. Well, he comes right back around the corner, and he stood there, and his window rolls down again, and lo and behold, I got a 12-gauge shotgun pointing at my face, guys. And I'm going to end that right here, guys. So hopefully you look forward to next week, another dramatic ending. Anyways, guys, it's your boy Hunt Noobs. I'm out this bitch. Deuces! Get back, son!